carry's fault about yesterday. I feel like other players might have just kind of...
I blame 33.
That's perfectly fine. We hate Midas. Why did you buy Midas? Sorry, it's my day one.
No, I actually have a legit theory why the Hood Wing is like kind of losing a lot.
Yeah.
I think for Iron Wing, because 33 has been doing badly in his lane. And traditionally, you pick Hood Wing to win your lane. And if you're picking Hood Wing and you're not contesting the lane and your carry is farming, not your carry, but maybe he's the carry, 33 farming the back camp, then it kind of feels weird because you're not killing the heroes.
I mean, you're also quite nice to Pure. I feel like Pure yesterday also kind of, he struggled a little bit.
He did struggle a little bit. On the side of Boom Boys, they did not struggle as much potentially. We'll talk more about them, of course, in a second, but I'm sure everybody wants to get one thing in particular on their screen, so let's get it started.
Iron Wing versus Boom Boys. Game 1.
I'm talking about the draft, of course. This is coming your way in just a second. We got Boom Boys playing from the Radiant side this time round, and we got Iron Wing on the Dire side with the first pick going to Boom Boys, and therefore that overall last pick heading the way of Iron Wing. Yesterday, we had some conversations about how we felt that first pick, in particular, just felt Winter a little stronger because you would be the team dictating the pace of the game and basically forcing the hand of the team that has second pick.
Yeah, you're kind of like making sure that you are in control of what's the trade. Because nowadays, I think the second pick team would just leave some heroes in the pool, and the first pick team would just choose what to get, and the second pick team would just look at what to trade. So I feel like most of the team would prefer to be on the first pick side. And there's also another thing about like this pick order. I think traditionally in the past when Iron Wing was doing well, 33 was just first picking his hero on the off lane. But I think right now you cannot really do that because most of the strong heroes are the carry heroes. And you're kind of putting yourself in a lot of trouble when you pick your off lane hero first because your lane is going to go really, really bad. I think that's particularly one of the reasons why they are not really doing so well at the moment.
I mean, also like in regards to like priority heroes, the Largo, the Coddle, both of them, these teams that they want to pick up, haven't been banned at all in the phase, kind of flooding the pool with these big heroes. Lina, that's been quite prevalent yesterday as well, also is available. So I think both teams have kind of like respected each other, but also gone, we both like to play the same heroes, so we know what you can do with it, we know what we want to do with it. But there are multiple options in play for Boom Boys to go for.
Yeah, I think it's also super interesting to bring up that, of course, these teams faced in the group stage, and Boom Boys won that 2-1. Comparing to the third game of that series, where it had the same pick order as this game, Boom Boys have actually banned the exact same heroes as they did in that match, whereas Iron Wings have switched it up. They banned Treant before, but after that they had banned the Wyvern, Undying, and the Coddle, which are now all through. But Largo gets through. It was first picked by Boom Boys in that game as well. And then it was responded to by a Hoodwink. So will we see the Hoodwink?
No.
I like the fact that Iron Wing entered this draft like knowing like you're probably going to first pick Largo if it's available. So they already take away the Ember, the Puck, that us GPK's probably best mid heroes. That combo with the Largo to utilize the Croak to be really oppressive. Sure, there's Storm Spirit, which is still available. The Queen of Pains, like the classics of like day one patch, but Ember and Puck are currently the big ones.
Okay.
And don't forget the IO.
Yeah.
The IO is probably the craziest one of all. Maybe not exactly like a mid hero or carry hero, but still really, really insane in the team fights later on in the game.
We saw Shiro Jr. played yesterday in the mid lane. I'm sure maybe GPK can try his hand on it. I say that and I smile because I don't think he will. It will be if Boom Boys picks it up, it will most likely go to Kiritich as he does play very well.
I mean, I really like the Lina as a response to Largo. In a lot of the Largo games yesterday where we witnessed, the opposing team had trouble killing heroes because of the lack of damage. And Lina is damage.
I mean, it's also just like Largo wants to play on like movement and kind of spacing, and Lina can always play on that. She has the range, she has the itemization to match that. Like if Largo was to play like a 20-second fight, Lina can also play a 20-second
But what
fight.
do you guys think about maybe going like physical or some mixed damage in the Lina build, against Largo?
I mean, I personally like seeing the Daedalus, the right click, because if you're going magic damage and try to burst the Largo, if you don't get the kill, Largo will kind of heal up, you'll have up sustain elsewhere, and then your Lina might feel like there will be a window where she can get that kind of the burst damage, but I just prefer the insurance of physical.
Maybe somewhere else in the draft they can deal with Largo though, if there are heroes that she needs to do magic build against. yesterday in the games, a matchup I really liked the look of was Wyvern into the Largo, because we talked about how the catchy lick dispels so many things, right? It makes like Bane hard to play,
Yeah.
for example. But Wyvern can constantly reapply her Q onto Largo, and like we saw the Largo suffer in lane so heavily as a result.
And also the fact that you have like a good combo with the Lina. I think Wyvern plus Lina has been a very traditional combination. You can get a multi-hero curse and the Lina LSA, and the team fight is all yours.
Yeah, it's very, very easy to take that fight. I mean, it also helps that Chasm Stone kind of just get introduced, and now Wyvern play. It's like Mana Boots, Blitz,
That's my
Chasm.
favorite item.
It's your favorite item?
Yes, my
On what
favorite
hero, though?
item.
Is it on Wyvern?
Every support hero.
Even if you don't gain every bonuses, just auto buy. All right, great.
Auto buy.
So which guide are you following? So I need to unsubscribe from them.
The Gafna guy.
Oh wow, I don't make them.
All right, one ban here that Iron Wing has before the next pick phase, and
I think they have to ban Io.
yeah, I was exactly going to say that. It feels like if they don't, it's one of those, we're going to let it through and see if we can beat it situations.
If they
do
don't
get
ban-
pick out of this phase, though, so maybe they want to play it themselves.
Yeah, if they don't ban it, it means they probably want to pick it, I want to say.
We can't, okay, I'll say also if they don't ban it, then there's still the Doom route to to regain
it's
Winter's
not.
No,
favor.
no, no.
Ignore
no,
that.
do.
Sorry, I didn't see
Ignore
that.
the
My
ban,
bad.
yeah.
Okay, there you go, Coddle.
Also started out with the ball of light there for a second, but it was the keeper of the light that we did see banned out in that previous series that they played against each other. And it is a hero that Ari is very comfortable on as well.
Yeah.
I don't really like it against the Lig though. You don't do a lot against Lig because it dispels your Solar Bind all the time in the team fight, and that's your main spell that you do damage with on this hero.
But I think it's just like it adds multiple layers. Like Coddle just isn't just a solar bind. It's of course reducing, spell cooldowns, it's miss chance, it's keeping your heroes on the map, giving them, regen through health and mana, and like it's just a lot of like map presence. And if Largo wants to take a long fight, guess what? Coddle can do that. Already mentioned Lina can take long fights. I think Iron Wings is respecting the concept of Largo and matching your fight style with our fight style. It's the same thing. And Boom Boys go back to just the classics, the Bane Mirana. I mean, when you look at this team, you think about the supports, often described as some of the best support duos in the world at their first 15 minutes of the game. Like the way they move around the map, it is often quite exceptional. Runes are the main thing they play for. And when you have Bane Mirana, back in 2013, 2015, you're going to get every kill on the map. Still to present day, it's going to work the same way.
I think when we've seen these drafts as well with the two supports, you usually like to have something that does a bit more damage and something that likes to have a bit more save. And I think Coddle, from what I've seen this TI so far, actually makes drafts a little bit weird in that way, because he doesn't really provide either in like burst. So how are you going to protect someone that's getting slept and arrowed? Like these setups are so scary, but you also don't want to keep playing more like ranged save and backlines.
Yeah.
Like Ringmaster, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, the Bane is just really good against Kotal in the lane, because Kotal, during the laning phase, you like to hide on the trees and channel your Illuminate to push out the wave, get the pull, stack. Bane kind of just looks for you, sleeps, and kills you, And now, you guys mentioned about the ring, having the save against the Bane Mirana, very, very nice. One of Whitemond's best hero of the tournament so far.
I'm really worried for Boom Boy's damage right now. Where it's like laning phase, sure, there's some outplay potential, some rotation chances, but in the kind of the mid game, they have no way to go. We are going to kill heroes, especially if Centaur goes for like this instant heart build that we're seeing. Of course,
Yeah.
Coddle and Ringmaster supports that like to keep people alive. Like there is an argument that Boom Boys will just walk to an objective and go, we can hit a tower, but killing heroes, not so much.
They don't have team fight right now. They have Largo, but it kind of comes online later. The Bane, Mirana, and DK kind of feel similar. They're single target heroes. They're very good at picking off. They're very good at killing one target, but that's it. It's not the same against the Ring with the Wheel and the Centaur Stampede. Those two heroes are way, way stronger in the team fight. And right now, it kind of concerns me that Boom Boys have everything in one direction.
And they only have the one pick left, and that is most likely a hero for Kiritich. So can he really solve that with a carry pick?
Probably not.
Well,
Now, that's problematic.
I honestly feel like it's the other way around. When I look at Boom Boy's lineup, I see the ability for them to use DK and Mirana to like put kill pressure on mid, or to get that blink and then put kill pressure on the mid game. And Iron Wings, like, who really makes a play? Centaur's gonna go Helm of the Dominator. Their blink comes out a little bit later. it feels like with their build with like heart and stuff, they're kind of just being more tanky and a nuisance rather
greedy.
than actually kill threat. Your Lena's going to be farming. Your supports are not setting up anything. Like, when is Iron Wings ever making a move in this
It's
game?
the carry pick. Usually it's Pure. Pure is the one that's gonna come into the game, yeah. Maybe with some kind of, I think usually he plays like the Kaz, the Tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have some games where he was playing Juggernaut, like playing the hard carries, but I think this game he needs to be like some early game hero, like Gyro, Kaz. There's no Kaz, so there's Gyro, maybe something that can actually come online. It doesn't really have an initiation, but he does give you damage in the early game when you want to defend your towers, because I imagine the DK is going to want to hit your tower. So I think Gyro against DK as a carry is always very, very nice. When the DK pops level 6, pops his Dragon Form, he hits your tower, you can always tell a team to be ready, and you can connect to the fight and defend the tower with your cooldown.
I mean, there's also an argument that you can go back for like the Alchemist that he's played before in the tournament, the super generic carry.
Yeah.
It has the blink, it plays the lane. Like Iron Wing, their way of winning this game is just about efficiency. Like if they are the better team in the first 15 minutes of farming, on paper their draft should overwhelm Boom Boys until they make a mistake and give back some gold to Boom Boys and allow them to get back into the game because of the damage problems that we're mentioning. So yeah, I'm looking at just seeing a very stable hero for Pure. I don't want to see him cook up anything crazy. I just want to see like, okay, simple carry that kind of makes the rest of the draft click so that you're ready for that timing.
It needs to be a cheap one.
Yeah.
He can't afford to pick a hero that needs to farm a lot. And,
Yes.
And Boom Boys here, they have a very, very good lane setup, I would say, despite not having team fight, but their laning phase it's going to go well. I think this DK against Lina matchup also very favorable for DK. I'm sure GPK, he's going to do really well. And the Bane, I already mentioned, is very good into the Kotal matchup in the lane. So laning phase wise, they have to do really well, come out on top, and try to use that advantage and snowball. Because if that doesn't happen and the game goes to the mid game with the team fights, it's going to be difficult for Boom Boys. And now they have the TA to even accelerate the game, so they can take Roche, they can take Tom. TA is really good against Centaur in the lane, very good against Lina and Kotal in the game with the Shard, the Silence. I think this is a very, very good pick for Boom Boys to round out the whole lineup.
Are we set on Lina to take that mid lane, or is there a chance Pure will play it instead and they can have something better, maybe also more movable against the DK?
I mean, for like mid, like maybe you just go for like a mid double check is not banned, no, like a Necrophos or something.
Yeah.
Just to fully shut down the DK. You let the Lina farm, and then you kind of connect that way.
It's
through
so
the game.
greedy though. You're playing to win the lane, and I think we already had this conversation before yesterday where the laning phase doesn't really feel like it's that important anymore nowadays. You can win the lane, but how much of draft integrity are you sacrificing to have a matchup to win the lane?
Quite a lot, for sure.
Yeah. How do you play the mid game if you don't have a hero that can come into the game and fight with the Necro? Maybe the Centaur has to sacrifice his game. He kind of has to buy dagger early. Maybe that would solve the problem, because if he goes for his normal build Helm into Heart, then who's going to play the game with the supports?
I mean, yeah, the main thing is I like that TA just broke open the game for Boom Boys, right?
Yeah.
Secured a lot of the kind of concerns that we had, because like once you get to your kind of Deso timing, like you already mentioned, the script is already there for Boom Boys, so they don't have to worry too much now. It's like they can go even, and then they can make the moves when they're ready. So
Yeah. I guess there's actually more flexibility than we thought too, because we've seen Centaur mid this tournament. It could be Lina carry Centaur mid, and then they pick a different offlaner for 33.
no,
They will pick the Chaos
Whoa,
Knight.
never mind.
Excuse me.
I love this
I
hero.
love
yeah.
Chaos
I love
Knight.
this hero.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, every time we go to a tournament throughout the entire season, in the back of my head, it's like, I wish I see more Chaos Knight. It's like high burst hero. You can buy
Yeah.
Orchid, Armlet, Blink, like items that are kind of forgotten in pretty much the meta.
Fights early.
Fights early.
Yeah.
The problem is, of course, like your damage into AoE heroes can be awkward. Into Largo, you sometimes can feel a bit.
He's not gonna worry about the damage too much, I think, because
No.
Ring, Kotal, Lina, they give you damage later on.
Yeah.
I think his concern is that they need to find a hero that can play early.
Mhm.
He's very good with the Kotal, the Chakra, you already mentioned that. He can play with the supports, he can initiate. I think that's what they need in the draft. You know, it might seem strange, but I think CK is the hero they needed.
I think the kill threat in lane is kind of high.
I mean, the main thing as well with CK, like he can burst a lot of heroes. Like he's not a carry that struggles to burst tanky guys. Like he can burst the tankiest of heroes in Dota with the correct itemization, because he can buy Bloodthorn as well. So yeah, I think Pure, a lot of eyes on him, because he's got given a hero that not many people play, but he can break open this game if he plays the CK well.
So we do think that in the laning stage as well, against a Largo and the Mirana, he will have a good time.
Yeah, Ring Master and CK, they are very, very strong at the early levels, especially Ring. Like, you don't really trade against Ring, you have to. But if you add CK with the way that the hero wants to play very aggressive in the first 2 levels, there's a very high chance that kills are just going to happen the moment you hit level 2.
But at least for Boom Boys, when you look at their heroes, these are heroes that they have been able to obtain multiple top 3 finishes, top 2 finishes. Like, this is a draft that goes, if you took away the team names, that you go, that's probably Boom Boys. So that alone, when I spoke about comfort, they now have that comfort.
Well, speaking of the draft, let's talk to someone who knows all about it. We're heading over to Slacks, who's talking to Moon Meander.
Thank you so much. Yes, Sheever, we are here with the master himself, Mr. Moon. Good to see you again, my friend. It is great to see you on this TI stage, but let's get in the draft. So, a lot of familiar heroes coming out from the Boom Boys. You must have saw it coming, but a very unfamiliar last pick with the CK. Was that mostly because their aggressive lineup in the lanes, or did you have that one in the back pocket?
That one was in the back pocket. This is our NT Largo strat. So we are like the Largo specialist. So we know what counters it.
All right. You worried about anything in this draft? It seemed like you guys got a lot of W's. There's a lot of save. There's a lot of ways to deal with their heroes. Is anything out there particularly scary, you think?
Yeah, the DK combo of Mirana. As long as Mr. BZM doesn't die to this old age-old combo middle constantly, I feel like we got this in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. BZM is doing quite well. We saw his Invoker yesterday was absolutely insane. What do you think is going to happen with the CK? Do you need to win the lanes? Do lanes even matter anymore with how long these games have been taken, Mr. Boo?
I feel lanes definitely do matter. Late game is all about team fighting, and I feel a lot of games get to late game because a lot of teams are terrified to go high ground.
Are you guys scared?
Hell no.
Hell no, baby, but we're going to see that high ground soon, I hope, for our friends here. Let's get into the game and see how it goes down.
You so much indeed, Slacks, as we're getting ready to pop into this game. And as I can see over there, it's red. It's first blood. BZM able to take it on Katomi. Miero also getting chased down. LSA is going to connect. You know what? No matter what, the first game of the day, you're going to get some first bloods early.
Yeah, they're going to start it real quick here. Once the arena starts bleeding red all around us, I know what is happening. And it's Iron Wing who are going to strike first. And a lot to dissect here from this draft, from that interview. Got a lot of knowledge, you know? I mean, I get nervous every time coming up on the stage. Yeah. You know, coming to cast, I can feel the butterflies, the ground is shaking. I'd be a little scared to pick a CK at this point. I love this hero. I think he is definitely a little underexplored, and we've been seeing this development near the end of these drafts, where we're seeing the bans come out on Sven, on Tiny, on Alchemist. These like slightly active early game carries who provide a stun heading into the mid game in these very crucial team fights you just heard Mumiander talking about, right? CK's in that pool, but no one's been willing to bring him out.
Well, and this is what they said was specifically the anti-Largo tech paired together with Whitemon playing on what I think is his best hero right now, this Ringmaster, and probably the best Ringmaster in the world. It feels like there's going to be insane kill potential. And as you can see already, tame the beast, get the kill. Whitemon does it. Yeah, this could be scary because he just died too. Didn't he take out 20 seconds on his DP.
Yeah.
Oof.
He's got a walk of shame, and of course there's no river on this side. You can't start surfing down to speed your way back over there. So it's going to be a slow one getting back. I like the idea too of the early whip as well, right? Like you have this dagger, but there's the lick counterplay, and they just don't give him a choice on the level 1 bullying.
Nicely done there to trade over the Nightmare. Ari not letting 33 get pulled underneath the tower. You know, it's interesting because when I was listening to the panel, I felt like at the 4th pick for both of the teams, all of the analysts like hated both of the drafts. That was the vibe that I got. And I kind of felt like it too, because I was like, we're going to end up like 30 minutes, no kills, like people are just chilling. And then the last 2 carries were super interesting.
Yes.
We get this TA and then the CK as the last overall. How much did that change how we think about these drafts now at this point?
Yeah, the TA is massive because it goes from being like, okay, are they going to have some carry that doesn't do anything for 25 minutes and then like still is kind of slow to come online, or are they going to play faster? He is still level 1 on Miro right now.
Yeah, and Pure, I mean, it doesn't even feel good to not die almost at this point. Like,
Whitemon's walking him down with 25% HP.
oh, he'll take a tower shot. I mean, you probably don't want to take tower shots, to be fair. But, you know, it's exuberant. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but this TA, it ties it all together. This is a classic Boom Boys lineup. This is how they like to play the game. And Templar Assassin, the best thing this hero does for you is the ability to secure these two big objectives around the 20-minute mark of the Tormentor and the Roche, right? You hit these timings of Deso and of Blink Dagger, and you are just ready to roll.
Yes, it gives them something to play for that you know they're going to be looking for. The question is, if this CK counters out this Largo super hard in the laning stage. Moon said, you know, lanes and matchups still do matter. I think they matter in, like, you can't win the game, but you might be able to lose the game off the back of a really bad lane. And Nero gonna be forced to salve up. Yeah, they gotta find out another way to deal with this, because this CK is already 15-8. Katomi in the meantime getting ran at by Ahri a little bit. Kiritich turns and not going to be able to bring down the Coddle, but they are absolutely winning the lanes on Iron Wing right now.
And this game is set to develop very differently than a lot of the games we had yesterday, because you guys kept seeing this bounty hunter. It was coming out constantly, over and over all day, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it won every game yesterday.
Yeah.
And the way that it won, that style, I mean, it reminded me so much of, obviously, Tree and Protector, but just more powerful in terms of getting these kills. Tree, you don't have to draft around it as much. You can just, like, live on the other side of the map kind of for free as the support, still be providing this healing and getting all this vision, as Miro again gets whipped. Defensive arrow from Save. That's not really what you're looking for in your Marauder, right? Defensive arrows are not the goal.
I mean, I feel like that if we just look at the damage numbers, even at this early point, 4 minutes in, it's going to be insane. Because look at how much gold advantage this is. This isn't just last hits, this is like consumables and all these other things. I feel like Pure and Whitemon have absolutely destroyed. And look at this.
I mean, he's got raindrops right now, and he's still getting beat down.
Look at how much it is. 4,500 damage done at 4 minutes.
And it's cookie. The other hero that does this is the Mirana. As you can see, 2.8k, right? Like, she's also known for doing this in the laning stage, but it just can't match up to what they're doing to Miro on this Largo. A hero who's known for having a bit of cheeky regen with the full belly coming out of the lick, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're needing to figure out something to do here.
I mean, Save just came back and handed him the salve that Miro had to buy. So again, hurting into that network.
I will say there's maybe like an element of Ember in this for Largo. If he can still get the levels up, if he can still sort of, you know, get to that level 6, obviously you're going to run into, you know, mana problems and all the rest of it, but he will be able to have some value.
There's a reason this frog is so gargantuan, okay? He's a greedy guy. He's a gluttonous hero.
Right.
This guy is never satisfied. He always needs more items, you know? Like, I don't... Playing for the levels is a bad time. Sometimes you can get away with it if you're playing for your Croak, but is there a good Croak combo this game? Not particularly, right? There's no beastly combo like a Muerta, an Ember, a Puck, or something like that.
Right.
It's nothing spectacular.
See how he does. At least at this early going, you can see BZM.
Oh, they're gonna kill his courier. I mean,
yeah.
When it rains, it pours, brother.
It's, I mean, everywhere that they're trying to go.
Okay, Miro, do not click Miro. Whatever you do, all right? Oh, don't do it. Oh, God. Panel, don't look.
He's queued
The
up.
Midas is queued up. It is danger zone for the frog. Oh my gosh, there's a drought. The marshland is just all dry. The bed is cracked, and he missed the window. You know, the frogs, they hibernate under the mud, Lyrical. That's what they're supposed to do.
I hear
He
ya.
didn't get under the mud in time.
Yeah.
He's left out.
Poor old toad.
There's more like, he's gonna convert from a frog to a toad. He's gonna go live, it's like when they find a dog living with a pack of wolves.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you see him pulled back in again, another tamed beast. And Miero, his life is pain.
This explains like so much of the draft too, right? This idea, like, because they didn't seem concerned about the Largo, and they banned the IO and everything. But some of those other counters, like, they really understand this hero.
Well, right, because it's 33, like his most successful hero, I feel like. over the
Definitely
last
as of
5.
late, no doubt. Yeah.
And you know, when you play that much of it, you understand how to counter it out.
Yeah.
BZM in the meantime is going to get found. Oh, the creeps are in the way, so keep looking at the arrow combo. And in fact, Katomi gets
big.
hit. BZM.
Give him the kill.
Oh, Save takes that one away. Still being involved. Anything is helpful right now.
Yeah, they couldn't risk it. There's no way you could like guarantee it from Miro. So just make sure the death happens. help out your poor offlaner. Whitemon, though,
Yeah.
he took advantage, you know? He gets in,
Took it.
got the shrine while that's happening. That might not even be worth it in the end. A stun hits on the stage. One more lead. Is it gonna matter?
This is on the dagger. Does manage to get some separation there, but yeah, you can see this CK. I mean, we have not seen a lot of this hero. So, what is the downside to CK? Because he's looking amazing right now. Why have we not seen this hero before? And is there any way that Boom Boys can take advantage of that?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I mean, his itemization, I really like the hero because you can kind of buy, oh, sorry, 3? Yeah, he's out. You can kind of buy anything, which is really cool. So one maybe issue is he's not fully solved in some ways. He doesn't have this insane item build. He can't go Mjolnir or something and farm up like crazy.
Right.
He's a melee core. Melee cores have been struggling quite a bit without a natural farm accelerator. Ever since they've lowered the cooldown of the Phantasm, it has become sort of his pseudo farm accelerant, right? You just ult and you farm through the camps and stuff. So I'd say that's maybe the one concern. But if you succeed in the lane like this and you get the kills, this is how you're supposed to accelerate the hero.
I see.
But to move on to something other than just this very difficult top lane, one bright spot I thought might happen would be the mid lane here for GBK. Because obviously we know he does quite well on the mid. We're used to seeing him win lanes. And BZM is not someone who often pushes his advantage. BZM is also crushing this game. We haven't mentioned it, but he did extremely well in the lane. He's back, he's farming. And again, this is what I mean about the game developing differently. There's no bounty hunter in this game. So this area back here, it feels very safe. Eventually there's going to be this roaming Bane and Mirana duo, but because of the disaster that was the off lane, the Mirana's far behind. They don't have the confidence to push forward. You don't have this offlaner who, you take the top tower, you start controlling this space. You get a helm or something, the waves are in your control, and that opens up all this breathing room for the supports to go and hunt these cores who are farming the jungles like this. That doesn't exist for Boom Boys, so their path back into this game is very narrow.
Right, the Mirana Bane combo is very, very strong when you compare them together, but if Bane had left that bottom lane, then Kiritich at this point would not have a game.
Yeah.
So they kind of have to wait until he was self-sufficient before they could make that move, and now 33 get his helm, and so they're going to be more free to roam around to try and make stuff happen.
I mean, Save's trying to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is going to be very successful. If he gets spotted here, he's very close to the vision of BZM. He just skirts past him, so he's going to get a really deep observer ward here. There is a dire ward, but Save is skirting fully around the vision it gives. Oh, he sees a courier. He's going to kill that. That might give away the ward he just planted, though.
Yeah.
But, wand, blood grenade sentry.
And there aren't any other sentries right now on these heroes to go and get the D1.
And now he's stealing the Lina's camps. He's back here arrowing the tomato and finishing off the potato. So this is his solution. If I can't gank the Lina and fight her, I'm going to try and take her camps. Unfortunately, he's killing your mid tower.
Yeah, this part is a little bit tough, and with 33 sending in his creep as well, it does set up for Iron Wing to get this early tower advantage and transform this net worth lead into objectives. Now, can they do this in other places? There's an immediate smoke up.
And now the boots of travel are out for this Lina, so this is why they want to get aggressive here on the supports for Iron Wing.
Radiant are scared.
Moving towards their CK, since he's the one that has an ability to help with some disable.
Save. Get found. Already there. The solar bind and the hits. Looks like Save is going to be in trouble. Tries to escape. They're going to stampede for this one. Force that out. In the meantime, down bottom, going on to Katomi. He too is dead. Doesn't quite connect onto the stomp for Kiritich. So both supports falling. As Iron Wing
Ari
push this advantage.
After killing up top, Ari's already down here backing them up. This is what you heard T on the panel talking about, this idea of just keeping you out on the map, right? He's throwing out these shockers, he's throwing out these heals. He's going to ensure that even though they just kind of dove the tower a bit and fought this Bane, they get to stick around. So they're going to start bringing in some resources, but the helm creeps here, it's just grabbing the wave. Nothing, you can't chase this thing as Kiritich.
No.
So what's the response? GBK coming in. His ult is running a little low, but he's got enough time for a fight.
33 gonna be found. Oh, the Hurricane, he gets the Nightmare though. And then they use the stun onto the creep, and now BZM turns.
They kind of just committed for the creep.
Yeah.
They were like, there's no hope on the Centaur.
And in the meantime, Pure also takes the top tier 1 tower. Because when he is solo against Miero, I mean, Ringmaster is still in the area, it ends up being enough to take that down. 5K gold lead now at 12 minutes. Yeah, they really turned on the acceleration in this one.
matchup. I mean, Miro, he got pushed out of his Ancients area as well. I mean, obviously he's a Largo too, so it doesn't feel that great to be farming in there. He's back on those only 2 camps he can access on the hero. It's rough. I mean, he's the same level as the Coddle.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Losing the Wisdom will also do that to you.
Yeah.
So, 12 minutes now, and Boom Boys, I mean, they're not a team that's super well known, again, for coming back from behind.
Yeah.
But they can extend the game for a long time, trying to cut waves and all the rest of it. Is there any hope at all still for that, like, timing of the Deso on Kiritich, or are we going to need to wait for a later one?
That's a toughie. I mean, the Deso Blink, I think you still just have to fight it, right? Like, you have a DK.
Right.
He's going for the Blink Dagger. I'll be curious to see what his second item is. If he sticks for the Shard as well, I feel like he might just have to. Just to, like, try and get some ability for wave push and maybe just, like, staying up in this game. But, I mean, there's no doubt they have full control of this game at the moment. A lot of it's going to come down to the decisions they want to make and the itemizations they want to go for. Like 3-3 is going for the Helm straight into the heart. I think this is a pretty good game for it. Like, they've already gotten plenty of kills. They've secured a ton of space around the map. They've gotten their towers. They can, I'd say, go for the final push on this bottom tower pretty soon. Like right now, the Wild Wing Ripper is just down here solo taking it, and Katanomi's too scared to go in. They're just pulling the wave off, and this tower is just dying to creep.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable, right? He's going to have to pull it over now and try and pull that to Kiritich. But this is the danger, right? Things could go wrong, and if you lose this TA and any of her farm accelerates down, or decelerates rather, then you're just going to not be able to fight for almost at any point in this game. Pretty catastrophic late game.
It is, as the last tier 1 tower falls. What they do have to work with, though, is the Blink Dagger, the DK finished, and of course, level 3 arrow. So that'll be the dream. Pure, though, he sees Save coming in for the 14-minute Wisdom.
Save throws out the arrow, connects now onto the Seeker. They're not coming to defend this. Yeah, they're just going to give it up. Again, another one of these shrines dropped. And, oof, it hurts.
Again, they're just ganking the Wild Wing Ripper. They have now killed it more times than they've killed heroes.
Atomi does have level 6. Grip the creep.
Get it again.
Listen, you got to keep morale going some way. That might be a problem. I mean, okay, so let's think about this. You're down...
They can tap on there.
You're down 2K on the DK. You're down 3K on the Largo. It feels bad. Like, how bad is it seriously, though? Like,
Real
is
bad.
there a way to fight back? What does Miro need to fight?
They need to pray that Whitemon doesn't hit Escape Act.
Okay.
That's what they need to pray, right? Because, like, the whole play is going to be, all right, we're going to smoke up, we're going to blink, we're going to stun, we're going to arrow, someone's going to die. And then if the Escape Act comes out and you hear the horrifying phantasm of and Pure just starts blowing up one of your heroes in 2 seconds, it's gonna be bad.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is take a fight when Whitemon is not there.
Yes.
Try and, like, find pickoffs, sort of.
Vision, knowing where Whitemon's moving through the jungle can be very helpful as well, of course.
Okay.
That's the best stuff you can go for.
Understandable. I mean, again, if you've got Bane Mirana, that has traditionally been a combo that's quite good at finding those pickoffs, but it also depends upon you sort of forcing Iron Wing to play in bad positions. Or
well, part of that is happening now. It is nighttime. Bane gets a big edge during the night. You get more vision than other heroes. So that could open up the opportunity. Boom, another one down.
Hey, they're killing those.
Another Helm Creep bites the dust here.
I mean, the TA's top net worth now because of that.
There you go. Doing something.
Nightmare, they force a TP. Like to see that. That's the other type of play that you can do with Bane, is maybe make these moves happen around.